Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NFT Morning Show. Today is Friday, June 9th. Happy Friday, everybody. If it's your first time listening, we run this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time, each and every week, where we discuss all things NFTs, crypto, technology, entertainment, gaming, finance, and just about everything in between. I'm your host, Pio. Here's my co-host, Nifty Nick, the funniest man in the business. Easy Eats Bodega, the dog behind Bodega. Soon to hit a blockchain near you, the host of GM Market Talk, the day trader extraordinaire in residence over here at the Nifty. Signal, coder turned content creator, the host of Artist Spotlight, weather reporter in residence at the Nifty. We love hearing Signal's sophisticated takes on the NFT market. Kicks, the CEO of Crypto Raiders. They put out Cyber Stadium. Sounds like they're putting out more really dope games like Midnight Heist. So watch out for those. Kix is also a intelligent degenerate, letting the chips fly and land where they may. Sometimes it works. Often it doesn't. Spencer of Spencer Ventures, representing for institutional capital in the NFT space. On the YouTube stream right now, if you're watching, you can see that Spencer's decked out in what I'll call Generation 2 Mutant Ape Yacht Club merch. Not the original drop, but the second drop of Mutant Ape Yacht Club.
That's known as the worst drop.
Well, look at that ray of sunshine joining the show right at the perfect time. How you doing?
I'm just telling you. Talk about their merch. Tell me how much you love it, Pio.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
not a huge fan.
You know what, Nick? You're known as the worst drop. Ooh, got him.
Oh, man. Like just the worst, like birth. No, I'm just kidding. Nick's a good guy. Clemente, producer extraordinaire, the man behind the scenes. Couldn't do the show without him. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Bunny.
Dude, I didn't do my bio, man. I was like dropping the kids off.
At the pool.
By the way, P, I was doing some late night TikToking, and the Nifty thing popped up on my algo. Your Goggins video doing numbers.
Is it still going, Clemente? What's the current number on that?
We got it 700,000. We got 700,000 views on
it's still going.
100,000 likes.
Wow. Okay, well, it's still going, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what we're talking about, we've discussed, of all things, very random pocket of the internet. We discussed David Goggins, former Navy SEAL, now best-selling author, motivational speaker. And I guess people are a fan of me literally describing a David Goggins video, talking about what happens in a David Goggins video. If you're unfamiliar with TikTok, the TikTok audience is undefeated when it comes to the comments. If you have a viral video on TikTok, then I promise you 90% of the comments are negative. So if you look through the comments over here, most of them are like, bruh, just show the video. Some people put comments like basically just mocking our podcast, basically being like, hey guys, let's start a podcast. There's some pretty funny stuff in there. But yeah, I guess people are enjoying me talking about a David Goggins video. We'll have to do more content like that. Who knew that was the big growth hack? Nick, what do you make of those videos catching fire?
I mean, it gets views. I don't know. I'd be wondering how many followers we got. Like 5 from that.
We got like 500 from that one on TikTok.
On TikTok, we got followers. On Instagram, dude, getting followers on Instagram, that is
part of it. I think
hard.
it's because our name was NFT Clips. But so it was interesting. Like on TikTok, we got like 500 followers on Instagram.
What is it now? Because I can't find it.
It's the Nifty.
The Nifty underscore on TikTok.
Yeah, but Clemente put too many underscores in it. We got to talk about your usage of underscores. Clemente just letting underscores fly.
There's another the Nifty underscore.
Dude, it's a disaster. There's so many fake accounts. There's a fake version of me that has more followers.
There's no the Nifty underscore.
It's the underscore Nifty underscore Nick. I'm sure you love that name. Yeah, exactly.
I was like
underscore the underscore Nifty
I was
underscore.
So many different. I couldn't find. Every username was taken.
Just come up with another sentence. Like literally just make something else. We talk NFTs.
Or something. We'll come up with something. You know, there's so many fake accounts. There's fake accounts for the Nifty. There's a fake account for me that has more followers than me that's been messaging everybody that I follow, including like people I went to high school with. And they're so like violently confused by it, as you can imagine. And I'm like, I
I don't
Someone
even
has
know.
We
This is
Talk
rough.
NFTs.
Well, Pio, probably the reason people are confused is they're like, why is Pio relevant enough now to have fake people messaging on his behalf? Like that's what they don't realize. People from your past, they may not realize that you're a niche internet celebrity in the world, in the ever shrinking world of NFTs.
That's true. In the ever shrinking world of NFTs, I'm quite a heavy hitter. Anyway, we got
But what they really don't know is that you're the one who's going to bring it back. That you guys are the ones who are going to bring the new influx of people to the space, the Nifty portal, onboarding the masses. We love to see it.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it. Love to see it. I see Enzo sent the fake version of me $10,000. Shout out to Enzo for doing that. I'm assuming that's a joke. Signal, how you doing this morning on this Friday?
I sent you
Yeah,
username Clemente, but I won't say it on the show.
You know what?
Texted you.
I'm in Clemente's camp here. When I had to get my name, I was like, signal. Do I do it with double G's? Do I do it with double? And in the end, I just did the underscore, and I didn't want to do the underscore. Someone else had the signal underscore. So like Clemente, I'm with you where you just start throwing like underscores everywhere to get the name. And Spencer, I've got to say, the merch, not you, but the merch looks like a relegated English football team. I'm just gonna say it now. Relegated means they've been kicked out of the division.
They used to be in the Premier League. Now they're playing in a field with dirt lines around it. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Them be the beats sometimes.
And then they got bought by an NFT collective.
Then
We bought a soccer team.
You know what? I actually like the squiggles on the jersey. Yeah, I actually quite think it's quite a dope little logo. Actually,
You know what? I think this
but
is
yeah.
some of the best Bored Ape and Mutant Ape merch is actually unironically the jersey, just because like this run of Mutant Ape merch was so bad, but it fits the vibe of the whole collection. Like if it would be wrong feeling if this was too nice, and this really screams, hey, I live in my parents' basement. I LARP as an NFT advisor on Twitter, and that's kind of the aesthetic I'm going for.
Well, there you go. I also love that. I really wish that I had minted that We Bought a Soccer Team NFT. I feel like that was definitely a win for the whole space.
Sorry, what are you talking about? The WagMe United NFT?
Yeah, I'm joking, Nick. I don't wish. I'm assuming that floor price is at 0.01 or 2. That
0.4.
Well, that's actually literally better than I thought. I think the price was 0.25 or something. It was a very high mint price to get it. Also, shout out to Andre Smith for the funny comment. He said he speaks to my fake accounts because at least they reply. So that's a funny little one, Andre. Shout out to you right there. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. Today, we're going to discuss the big overnight news of Binance US shutting down its USD deposit. So you can't deposit US dollars into Binance US now. I'm assuming that this is in response to the debacle that's happening right now with the SEC and the U.S. regulatory bodies cracking down on crypto. Memeland's Memecoin is expected to start its waitlist stage today. And last but not least, we will discuss Balaji's recent viral take on why we shouldn't count Meta out of the VR race yet. I don't think that we should count them out of the. That doesn't seem like that hot of a take. I'm surprised that people responded like that to Balaji. I feel like that's pretty obvious, but we'll dig into Balaji. He was a guest on the Bitcoin show a couple weeks ago. But look, today's show is brought to you by Bodagos, the Solana collection that our very own Easy Eats Bodega has been working on for the past 12 plus months. We can't wait to share more details about it with all of you guys soon. In the meantime, we're going to continue to give away golden tickets to the people that have shown up every day through thick and thin as a token of our appreciation. So if you don't know, a golden ticket at the Nifty is a free NFT that gives you a guaranteed Bodagos Allow List 1 mint. Allow List 1 is a guaranteed mint in the primary sale of the Bodagos collection. Today, we're giving away 20 via our free NFT platform. Damn, 20. So if you collected the very first free NFT that we minted, Buddy the Creator, it's pinned to the top. You probably remember this one. We dropped this on the day that we dropped our free NFT platform. If you collected this one free NFT, then you can mint today's free NFT with the password that we're going to share later in the show, and you have a chance of winning one of the 20 golden tickets. So check out the pinned Bodago's tweet up top for a comprehensive mint guide and how you can actually get involved with this highly anticipated Solana project dropping soon. Shout out to Easy, shout out to Bodago's. Getting into the weather report, it's Kix is on it. Kix, I know your remote. He's ready. He's ready. Kix, what's going on?
You know, just enjoying the beautiful Brooklyn, New York skyline right here. It's a little loud out here. They're doing some construction over at Brooklyn Brewery. I don't know what kind of equipment they're using. Sounds like a jackhammer to me, but I'm ready to rumble if you are, Coach.
Yeah, let's run with. Well, Nick, you're muted. You're muted, Nick. You're muted.
Are you currently seated on a pier, like reading off a piece of paper? Like, walk me through like your current setup.
I'm on the patio of the hotel. Nice seating. I think I see the George Washington Bridge. Is that the one that's closest to Brooklyn City?
No, the George Washington Bridge is on the northwest. The one, and it's not Brooklyn City. Where you're currently located, my guess is there's two bridges. There's one which is there's the Williamsburg Bridge on the south side, and then on the north side is the I don't know what that you call that bridge. It's the Queens Midtown. No, that's Queens Midtown. The bridge is
that one's backed up.
Queensboro Bridge.
The bridge that has the orange ordinal colored strapping thing that keeps the bridge together. That thing's backed up. You do not want to go over that right now.
The Roosevelt Bridge.
Yeah, technically that's called the Queensboro Bridge. There's another one which is the Roosevelt Island. I forget what you call that thing that you can take the not the ferry, but like a thing that floats over the air. What do you call those things?
A helicopter? Oh,
no, man.
The water taxi?
No, the gondola thing.
The gondola. There you go. He has never been up a mountain.
Is that no like the ski? Like when you're skiing?
That's the gondola, yeah, and that's what gets you to Roosevelt Island.
There you go.
You ever been skiing?
Me?
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, okay.
Not like 50 times,
Okay.
but I have been skiing.
You've like skied down a hill.
No, I've skied like at a proper mountain. Not on the not Black Diamond, bro.
Okay.
I was taking the lessons.
Lessons are helpful.
I mean, if you don't know how to do something, you got to take a lesson, right?
Yeah. Take it home, buddy.
Come on, Chief, you're up.
No one can hear you, by the way. I think you're muted or something.
He's just wicked muted. Okay. Signal, do you want to do the weather report just so we can actually do it? Thank you, Sig.
That's all good. My co-anchor will be back on Monday. So GM everyone, Friday the 9th of June. How's the market looking? Total market volume coming in at 31.1, while Blur is at 18 million. OpenSea just hovering around 5. Onto leaders, Apes pretty steady, 46. Mutants climbing, kind of hovering-ish around 9.4. And Punk's just in this 50 range, bouncing around. Azuki not moving, but could see something as we approach the party. D-God's at 9.5, just trying to get back up to 10. And Captain's at 9.1. Will it go back into that 8 ETH territory? And Pudgy's just solid at 4.6. Over the past 24 hours, Binance has warned all customers that starting from, yesterday, they have suspended all dollar deposits and notified the customers that their banking partners are preparing to pause USD withdrawals, and that can happen as soon as Tuesday. So get your dollars off Binance. On to more crypto news and regulation. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler calls crypto participants a bunch of hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, and Ponzi schemes. Yeah, that's us, everyone. We are the hucksters and the fraudsters. Over to ordinals. Well, Inscribed Pepe's announced they are launching a second collection on Uncommon Sats. The team stealth inscribed 420 Pepe's on the Sats. And also on the art side over there, the project Squardinals, which is a low supply squiggle derivative, hit a 0.25 BTC floor. That is 1/3 of the value of the ETH squiggle. So things are cooking over there. And lastly, Renowned generative artist Emily Z, best known for Memories of Zealing, that was an absolute cook yesterday. The project, a collaboration with Cactoid Labs, minted at 0.5 ETH. And listen to this, hit a 4 ETH floor and continues to see sales above 3 ETH today. So absolute cook yesterday. Onto crypto, we got BTC just hovering around 26.6 and what ETH just frozen at 1.8, just can't seem to move. Sol just bouncing around this $19, $20 range, and Ape under 3. Will it go up or will it go back down? Pretty much everything is steady Eddie in crypto, even though we're a bunch of hucksters, but hey, who cares? Back to you, folks.
Fantastic weather report. Thanks for saving the day, Signal. Some other updates from the Nifty Daily Digest, which is the daily newsletter published at thenifty.com. You need an account at thenifty.com to claim today's free NFT, so go there and make sure you're ready to rock for when we drop the free NFT later on in today's show. Memeland released another meme token teaser featuring various planets representing the stages of the token release. That's token launch, community round, airdrop, and waitlist. The only planet that had a date was the waitlist, which is June 9th. That's today. A Kid Called Beast is partnering up with Calidor Media Group and Blockchain Media to develop an animated series based on their IP, aiming to deliver immersive, captivating experiences to global audiences. We will see if this has any impact or if this is a nothing burger. Kraken, cryptocurrency exchange, has fully launched its NFT platform, offering zero gas fee trading and flexible payment options. And in celebration, they have partnered with the Williams Racing Formula One team to give users the opportunity to display their NFTs on an F1 car during a race. Proof has announced a collaboration with Botto. Remember Botto? I know Nick and Kix remember Botto. An innovative art project where a custom art engine generates weekly sketches voted on by the Botto DAO community, and the most popular sketch is minted and auctioned. Interesting move by Proof there. Haven't heard the name Botto in give or take a year and a half. So we'll see what happens there. Those are your updates from the Nifty Daily Digest. We're going to dive in. Reminder to go to thenifty.com and connect your ETH and Sol wallet ahead of this Bodagos drop. If you have any trouble connecting either, just make sure that you hard refresh the page. If you still have any trouble, submit a support ticket. We'll get you squared away. But yes, go to thenifty.com and connect your ETH and your Sol wallet. So first story, this is our daily current update on Operation Choke Point 2.0 on, the regulatory action against crypto right now. Binance has suspended all US dollar deposits following their SEC lawsuit. Last night, Binance US tweeted that USD deposits will be paused, citing the aggressive and intimidating tactics against the American digital asset industry. In addition to suspending USD deposits, they're planning on pausing fiat withdrawal channels as early as June 13th. They also clarified that they continue to maintain one-to-one reserves for all customer assets. Gensler also said that crypto is, this is just unreal. And Gensler said that crypto is filled with hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, and Ponzi schemes yesterday. BNB token is down 15% over the last 7 days. I don't know. We don't have to spend...
He's right.
Yes, crypto certainly is. Yes.
There's definitely a bunch of scam artists. How many people I'm so interested. My lesson learned from this time around is if you can't, this is not a space which is designed around sustainability by and large. The best people in this space have made a significant sum of money and then just disappeared, and they're going to be back in the next wave, and they're going to get money again. And then
if you try to call them out for trying to get money again, they're going to be violently defended by Twitter people.
Yeah, by the community during the bull run, saying that these people are geniuses.
Yeah.
And that we're just dicks for calling it like it is. Literally every single time that we were like, yeah, that project's a scam, people are like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
If we go back, we should take every clip of when a community on Discord bombed our NFT, our show. What was that humanoid project?
Literally humanoids.
No,
it's at
is that what
0.04.
no.
The humanoids is at 0.0383, which is actually, again, higher than I thought, but very limited liquidity.
But they were like much higher, right?
They were like 1 ETH. Literally 1 ETH with ETH at $3,500.
And they were like in our comments just being like, these guys don't know what they're talking about. This team is top notch.
Dude, the team is top notch is my all-time favorite. I make jokes about the great team thing, right? I think the last time I had that happen to me was Mutant Hounds. If you recall, I said that, and by the way, I don't know the people that made Mutant Hounds. I don't care. I never had exposure to Mutant Hounds. I wasn't upset about Mutant Hounds. It got like a 1.8 Ethereum floor. And the narrative behind it was that Yuga Labs was going to buy it. I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would that ever happen? And all the signs just really felt like it was going to decline sharply. I mean, look, I've been around the block. I'm not a genius, but in the NFT space, calling something saying something's going to go down by 75% is actually almost always right. It's a very challenging place to be. So I was like, this thing's going to trade. And I was like, what do I feel this thing's going to trade for? It's like, this thing's going to trade for under 0.3 ETH within 90 days. Because also keep in mind, 90 days is a really long time in the NFT space. That's 25% of a year. That's like a good amount of time. And lo and behold, it got below 0.3 inside of 90 days. And it's at 0.23 right now. Well, but people were so mad. I was like, what are you doing buying this thing at 1.8 ETH? You're nuts. Anyway, sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
Well, people said the same thing about Creeps. Creeps is almost down to 1 ETH. They're still around building.
They're actually like that is like a quote unquote legit startup. So I don't want to
yeah, so they're legit. The thing I'll say is like there's a lot of projects that are around building. The name of the game in crypto is communications, right? Like communications is the name of the game. And there's just a lot of projects not pulling that off. I'll say though, Moonbirds was apparently a buy at 2 ETH there. We're up to 2.3. It's seeing some accumulation here.
Woo! So that 10% off the bottom. Let's go, baby.
Dude, that's
this guy. Look at this guy. This guy's a savant.
I'm over here launching a new Ordinals project. Bitcoin Brooklyn Bros. Coming to Ordinal marketplace near you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're only listening, Kix's video, like using his phone for video from the balcony of his hotel in Williamsburg, and it's like actually working.
Wow, it's actually really like it's high quality video.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
He's continuing to prove that like even though he doesn't understand what sport he's playing, he's like draining threes on the opposition, and he's wearing jeans and like a button-down shirt on the basketball court, and you're just like, dude, but then he's like crossing somebody over and hitting a jump shot in their face. So you're like, yeah, I guess you can play on the team. It works. There he is right there. We went to dinner with Kix last night. He didn't let us know he was coming to town until literally day of. And we were like, okay, well, yeah, we can meet up. Anyway, Nick, to tag on to what Nick was saying, another name, I got to bring up names so people don't think that we're just BSing. If anyone remembers Momo Guru, which was hyped up, I believe it was like a 0.5 ETH mint price or something pretty high, anticipated whitelist. People bought it. It went up to like over 1 ETH. It's at 0.0497 right now. We questioned the validity of this project. People were like, you guys are nuts. They've won a bunch of Emmy awards. They've won Emmys. And I was like, okay, they probably don't understand how to do Web3, and they're probably just going to extract a bunch of money from the NFT space. And here we are at sub 0.05, not very long after, definitely less than 90 days after. Anyway, Nick, did you want to finish your rant?
Not really. I'm going to be honest. I think that, well, actually, yeah, that's about it. I just think it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how many people make it through. It feels bearish right now. I said last night at dinner, one of our investors actually, who's a friend of mine, and is in the crypto space, I've never heard him more bearish. That's not true. It goes in cycles. And at least he like in each cycle, they end up making every time he ends up generating millions of dollars, like just like clockwork. and then like lives through the bear. But the bear is just like devastating emotionally for him. And it's interesting to see. And he was at a pretty low the other day. And I feel like I was a voice of like hope, like inside of like just in general. I think it's, I mean, if you look at the metrics, it doesn't look great, but simultaneously, like inevitably there will be another bull run. He was like, I don't know, I don't know if it's going to be 2 years from now or whatever it is. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't know. But it was interesting to hear his bearish take. The biggest thing is I'll be just interested to see, here's the thing. We're going to go back. We're going to take notes. I'm a chat GPT, right? Because it solves all things, apparently, according to every commenter. It's like, anybody know how to solve this coding problem? Just chat GPT it. I got this rare form of medical issue. Just chat GPT it. So the doctors can't figure it out. Just chat GPT it. So in terms of what like when things come back, we're going to be there. We're going to be there, and we're going to be ready to just call these motherfuckers out as they come back and they just show up and like, oh, it's Johnny whoever. Let's go through some of the projects that he dropped in the 2021 bull market, completely Johnny, abandoned, and is now back doing the same thing again.
And Johnny whoever is going to be like, yeah, I've been in crypto since 2016. And it's like, what does that mean, Johnny? That means you literally come through when it's going up and disappear immediately the moment it goes down.
I'm not going to call names, but basically 90% of people, 99% of people, even those that launch it with enthusiasm, when they come and drop that drop, just disappear within like literally 60 days.
Oh, easy.
Like it's 60 days. They're gone. We saw the Cool Cats co-founder is now a rapper. I don't know if people are aware of this. Can we pull up his song? Real quick, Clemente, do you have the link to that song?
Please do. We need the full song.
I have it right here as well. Oh, I found it. The link. Here it is. Ready? Can you hear this?
No. Well, we want to watch it. Nick, just be patient for 1 second.
Just be patient.
I'll set the stage for 1 second while you get it to Clemente. The thing is, so here's the deal is I feel like there's a lot of fantasy realization from people that participate in the crypto space where they extract a bunch of money from the space because there's not really any other opportunity in the whole world to just go and extract like $1 million real quick. And then you're like financially free, right? Like most people, if they make like 1.1 million clean, like where you don't have $1.1 million and then the next day you do, they can actually make that, you'd be surprised. That's like $100K salary for 11 years. So a lot of human beings can make that work for a while. People then go and they try to do dream realization or dream fulfillment, or however you want to describe it. And my thing is, if you're going to be a rapper, you know how hard it is to be like a good rapper? You have to like rap a lot. You have to like not stop rapping.
I mean, I don't know, like Evan's not involved with the project anymore, right? Like he made a bunch of money last bull run. He's off to go enjoy his life. Like kudos to him. I also think, if I remember correctly, he was rapping before.
No, but he dropped another project after Cool Cats, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's the Cool Cats co-founder dropping another project." I'm not letting that shit slide, Spencer. Oh, did you have cocktails with him at a place, and everyone thought it was bullish, and you don't want to drop that? That's on you. I'm just letting you know. This guy seems like he's doing quite all right now, and he's just living large with the money. It was an art project, dude. I'm not. You know what I am? I'm actually just a little bit sour, not about him individually, about the fact that we aren't accepted as just artists. Like maybe that's actually what I'm dealing with.
This is really all a build up to Nick releasing his mixtape.
Clemente, I posted the link privately. There you go.
Because Nick, I also feel like this isn't like something that only happens in our space. Like I was in e-commerce for a while, and you had all of these drop shipper bros. Who the hell is this guy? Let me mute myself.
This is him.
This is the guy. All right. Let's play the audio. Play the audio.
Did the math, now it's adding up. Metaverse and algebra. Fell in love, now I'm out of it. But I'm not out of it. Ammo, I'm not out of it. Passion.
But so I'm not out of it.
You're allowed to rap It's just very hard to get to the level where you're gonna be a professional rapper.
Look, we will release a rap at some point. So like I'm partially jealous. I'm partially jealous, and this is just hate about his.
I think you spin bars. He said metaverse of algebra, dude. Like I've never thought of that before. Like that's fucking deep if you think about it. But my point was, dude, I was in e-commerce for like almost 10 years. There's a ton of bozos in e-commerce. There's all these drop shipper guys that would come in, make a bunch of money top line, selling absolute crap vaporware, and then would just disappear, even hard rugs. Do you guys remember those hoverboards like that you could stand on, right? Yeah. There was so many drop shippers that were drop shipping these things straight from China, just delivered to your door. They were buying them for like $100. They were selling them for like $500-$600 because everybody wanted them. They were in such high demand, right? These guys were just printing absolute cash. And then there was that issue with the hoverboard fires. And so all of the airlines said you can't bring hoverboards on airlines anymore. So all of the people drop shipping this got rugged. If you had actual inventory in the United States and you could ship it ground, you were fine.
But like, so did they all become rappers?
No, they all just rugged. They disappeared. Like I would read comments with like literally thousands of people replying like, I never got my hoverboard. They won't refund me my money. I reported them to the Better Business Bureau. I don't know what to do next. My point being is that whenever there's money to be made, you're always going to get bozos. You're always going to get scammers. You're always going to get grifters that come into space. You know what I mean? But there's actually good people in the space trying to do legitimate things too. And I think that's very similar to our space.
I don't know that he's a bad person, and I don't want to say that. I just feel like
I'm not even talking about this guy. I don't even know who we're talking about. I'm just saying in general, because you were talking about the space in general.
Yeah, but then I was specifically discussing him. Here's a quick lyric. If I'm lost, then it's by design. I'm not as lost as I thought I was.
No, it's a hot lyric. The idea that I like is I like Nick being an artist, and the medium of artwork is body paint. So I like Nick using his body as the canvas, and people are just he's got all sorts of designs with paint on his body. I feel like that's a seven-figure drop.
I'm gonna release a mixtape. That's the bottom line. That's coming soon. So I want to apologize to Evan for the comments that I said earlier. I'm inspired. I don't know anything about your project. What was the
Ghosts?
The Ghost Boy.
The floor is high. It's at 0.37 ETH floor.
0.37?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It's an art project.
I think that your mixtape should be named Prince of Brooklyn, King of the Metaverse.
Sorry, what is it?
He said Prince of Brooklyn, King of the Metaverse. I still stand by using Nick's body as the canvas. All right, so look, moving on. We got the meme wait list started.
0.028.
Excuse me?
Ghost Boy is 0.028.
You're looking at the wrong collection.
Nope.
I think you're looking at the wrong collection because there's another one that's called the Weirdo Ghost Gang.
No, this is it. This is Ghost Boys. This is 0.02.
Oh, well, I'm an asshole.
I kind of like the art though.
Yeah, well, it's art. That's all that it is. It's a character that he made before. And here's the reality. The reason that I hate on this sort of thing is because the narrative at the moment of the drop is this guy is co-founder of Cool Cats, and he's dropping another thing, and we have a huge opportunity here. You should buy this. And the price of it was incredibly high. And I think the reality, what I don't like about that is just the people getting absolutely fucking wrecked in the process of that. And maybe the people that I actually dislike is not the founders, but the speculators creating this bullshit narrative is actually the bigger problem. It has nothing to do with Evan. It actually has to do with the speculators who I remember when like Meebits came out, everyone was like, oh, you don't understand, yo. Larva Labs is building the next metaverse. That was the narrative.
It's a lie.
And then I met them in person and I was like, yo, so you're building a metaverse? And he was like, well, we don't talk about what we're working on, but if you're looking at the stuff that we've built in the past, that's typically indicative of the stuff that we're going to be building in the future. AKA, we're going to build more art projects, essentially. And so, like, basically saying, no, like, we're not, like, we're just not building that. And everyone's like, yeah, they may have said that, but, you know, they're out building a metaverse. And like, you got to get in on Meebits right now. Like, I don't know. I think that now I think it's more reasonable to get into Meebits, but yeah, I think that was just maybe that's the bigger thing, is the people to blame is ourselves, the collective of people that go in and just talk shit the moment that you're like, yo, this project is garbage, is going to go down in price. And they're like, dude, you don't understand. The future of this project is so massive. You don't understand the potential. Anyways.
They don't
I think
understand
it's
the
on both
potential.
sides, though, Nick. I mean, that thing that it's the market's fault. It's both sides. It's the founders, it's the team and the market, because the team knows what happens when you set a very high price and along with a certain supply and when you put in certain dynamics, how the market will react. So it's like, I don't think like blame sits on one side. The market is the market, and founders who drop know how to pull the strings of the market.
So, for example, party degens. Let's talk about that one as an example here. What obligation do they have to execute on their project, basically? Like, I'm genuinely curious what obligation they have. The floor is now 0.06. When they dropped,
you made money on this, Nick.
Yeah, but when they dropped, I think the low was 0.6 during the mint. It was a reverse Dutch auction. But if you bought at the high price, you got charged the high price, right? You didn't get charged the lowest price that the way that a true Dutch auction is supposed to work is everyone pays the lowest price. And so people got like paid really high prices on this. So now you got this low price. They've updated the art some, or you have the option of updating the art on your NFT. And some of it, I think it like improved slightly. But like the floor is way down. The supply is still sub 10,000. Dude, people got absolutely fucking wrecked on this thing.
It did, but it's on the individual to evaluate a project and look at it. And I'm not talking about them specifically, but it's on the individual to look at a project, like read a website, go through it and be like, look, does my gut instinct tell me this is a rug and they're just going to run off? Or does this tell me that there could be something more? Like I really do think it sits on both sides. I don't think you can just blame the team.
Yeah.
Because
I bought 3 of those, Signal, and I don't even remember doing any research. I was just like, put some ranch on that, call it a meal, maybe I got a 2 eat. Yeah, that's on me.
And you know what? I nearly bought, but I did read the website and then I didn't, because like I was like, there's something doesn't sit in my tummy nice. But then Pixelmon, I thought the marketing and the hype that they did was really good, to the point where I was telling people to buy it. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, shit, I told people like who were around me who were like, this could be a really great game. So it's like I'm not always going to get it right. And I don't think anybody in this market will always get it right. But the market, like the dynamics of dropping a project, founders understand how to pull the strings, and the market knows how to react to that. So the accountability is on both sides, I think.
I mean, of course, it absolutely is. Well, real quick, my thing is you don't have to sell an NFT. Like, that's my thing. Because like all these people like sell NFTs. You don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to sell an NFT. You just don't.
Well, I think it's worth saying, though, like there is an interesting thing going on here where we've hit a point in the market where a lot of collections are just like, responsible or not how they got to this point, but they are just kind of out of money. And so the question is like, what do you do at that point? I know Frank talks a lot about this, about the like zombie projects that exist. There are even projects that like have money, but they have hit a point where they're like, okay, nothing we do moves the floor. Like, what do you do with the money at that point? And it's just sort of an interesting thing where I think we're like this was a thing in the coin market too, where like how many years out is it just like, okay, this is not going to happen for this project, like it's over? And is it that on the obligation of the founder? Does that founder get to release a project in the next market, right? Like we've allowed the Doodles team is the second project, right? Like they did CryptoKitties, now they're doing Doodles. We allowed that to happen. We don't talk negatively about them. Like, will people who had projects that didn't hit in the last market be allowed to do things? Azuki is someone who had projects that didn't hit in the same market that he launched Azuki in, right? Like, I think that we're overly optimistic that people will look at founders from the last market and say they're bad. And I actually think that a fair number of people who have made what are considered rugs in the last market will actually make top projects in the next market because they have more experience.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. There's one thing that I'm positive about is that people that dropped rugs before are going to drop rugs again, because people love to make some images, put them on a smart contract and press a button and make $1 million. Clemente, what's going on?
Real quick, just to put a bow on the crypto piece we were talking about. As of 25 minutes ago, it was announced that Robinhood delisted Cardano, Polygon, and Solana. So some
Going
Not
to
delisted
delist.
yet.
going.
Yeah,
They-
they have not. They delisted 27th, and they'll sell the assets on the 26th.
What's Polygon's floor price at? Or not floor price, token price at?
Still floor price. You can call it that. We'll accept
Let's
that.
take a look at what Matic is trading at right now.
Matic is 0.77. Ouchie.
See, I'm actually fine with that because
Ow.
when you're building games, that just means gas is cheaper. So that's a win in my book.
Yeah, so Matic is down 0.77%. Solana is up almost 1%. Bitcoin up a little over 0.5%. ETH up 0.18%. And what was the other one? Cardano. Does that chart even show up anymore?
Here's a bet. You want to take a, well, actually, dude, I don't want to say this.
Cardano's down almost 1%. Say the bet.
Will Matic be here in 2 years? Anybody?
What are the odds on the bet?
I think it will. 2 years, not that long. I think it will.
Well, I think the blockchain may be here. Do you think the organization is going to be operating in 2 years?
Yeah. 2 years, not that long.
Anybody willing to take the under?
It's not an under because it's just a yes no. But I'll take what's the odds on it?
Look, I'll just bet you one-on-one here. I'll bet $50. I'm going to take the look. We're built on Polygon, so I genuinely hope that they are. But I'll bet you $50 they're not.
All right, $50 not gonna be worth shit 2 years from now with how inflation's going. But let's take that bet. $50, June 9th, 2025. I want my cash.
All right.
There you go. $50 bet for 2 years from now. Very exciting stuff. Moving on to
People are hating on the $50. It's now $100.
Now 200.
Oh man, the numbers are just running up.
I'll just pull it off my desk, baby.
Oh,
you know,
look at all those.
I'll just take that cash. You know, oh, there's 100. Let me just take that, stash that away, put that away for another day. Your boy still got more cash coming out of here. Just tell you about that.
There we go. Moving on to Memecoin. The Memecoin waitlist starts today. No exact instructions revealed yet. As we mentioned earlier, Memecoin's Twitter account shared a teaser on the stages of their token release, with the stage waitlist being the only one with the date 6/9. Nice. Today, captains have slightly retraced over the past 7 days, dipping below 9 ETH last night before recovering. The sales, however, are coming in below 9 ETH if you look at the activity.
Mr. Pio, can I get on the whitelist if I don't own one?
The wait list, and that is a question for Easy. Easy, what's the story with this wait list?
Because I'm a big fan of that website, Easy.
Yeah, the website bangs. There's no context, though. Literally zero context.
What's the URL?
Like memeland.com?
Memecoin.org.
Memecoin.org.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, they posted a video 19 hours ago. Comments disabled. And all it said, and it's from the Memecoin page, not even the Memeland. So it's specific to Memecoin.
Comments disabled sounds like a scam. Or maybe they're trying to protect people from the scam. I don't know.
If you refresh the page, it shows this time it has a Pepe. I got a dog. And it counts down 30 seconds.
Phenomenal website. Going to bet my whole net worth on this, Rob. Not financial advice.
You get rickrolled at the end. It's not like an actual game.
Yeah.
We were talking about it in the Discord, and some people were speculating that captains are going to have like essentially like invite codes for the waitlist PO. So how do you remember how they did the captains drop initially, where you had like these codes that you could give out to people to get in the captains waitlist? They think they're going to do the same thing to kind of do like this viral marketing that did work well for captains. That's the speculation. But like Signal and I were saying yesterday, no, like they're going very vague on this one, even though it's like the day of the event is supposed to be happening.
Sorry, so does the coin drop today?
No. Today
will they be listed on Binance US?
I don't see why not.
Inevitably. I mean, well, they'll just, if you use a VPN, you can just go on Binance China and you're good to go, you know?
There you go.
Like, they may be listed on Binance US, but we won't be able to interact with it. So it's usually how the workflow will happen.
I reckon they're not pumping it because of all the stuff happening now. So that they can't look back at this period and be like, you pumped the token. They're just releasing and just letting it happen. That would probably be the most logical thing right now, because otherwise he's been talking about this like forever. So why would you not talk about it now?
Yeah, I mean, I think Signal's onto something there, although they are in Hong Kong. So, but regardless, yeah, I think it's probably a better look to not, go all in on trying to pump the thing right now. I'm checking my staked captains right now. I have 17 maps. What do you think of that, Easy? Is that good?
It's solid. What maps do you have, Dino?
How do I check?
Mythicals?
Yeah, you should be able to click on it.
What do I click on? The captain?
Yeah, probably the select button.
Scroll down.
Here we go.
I think you got to hit Alt Control Delete on that one.
Look at these. I got some extraordinary maps and some special maps.
Special. Scroll up.
Wait, you have all those?
Yeah, 17. Yeah, if you just stake it, you get them.
Nick, what do you see on that
you
map?
have 12 unrevealed. So you still have, like, as you stake, and once that 7-day timer runs up, you'll see what they are. Click them. People are saying click reveal.
Click maps?
Yeah, they're saying reveal them.
You can click on each map. Click on the map.
I can't.
Have you used a computer before, Pia?
No, I'm a celebrity.
He's an NBA star. He doesn't know how to use them.
They don't use the computer.
Let's get a live reveal here.
People are saying reveal live now, but I don't know how to do that.
No, I don't know why yours doesn't highlighting. It should give you an option to
They said
them.
click dashboard maps reveal.
Top.
I go
fourth one over.
Dashboard.
Down.
Maps. Where's maps? I don't see maps.
It is fourth one over, right next to potatoes, right before valuables.
Your boy's blind.
Now click that. Selected reveal
all. Let's go live reveal.
Let's see what you get. Give me some mythics.
We're seeing on YouTube. So
Epic,
he got
one extraordinary,
10 special, 1 epic, 1 extraordinary.
You got rugged.
Yeah, you got bad RNG. Bad RNG.
Really? So I wanted mythical. Is that what I wanted?
Yeah, 1 epic solid, but you want mythicals are the best ones.
This is like a blur drop. You're gonna get $50, and your floor
you
price
just
is
lost
gonna go by
$2,000 by revealing them.
Did I?
You just lost
no.
$5,000.
Now, Pio, if you really want to gamble, you press join raid at the top, and you put all of them up for gambling.
Oh, that's a gamble. So, I'm not a gambler like that. That's a little much. Spencer, have you been staking for maps? You're muted,
yeah,
Spencer.
and my captains have potatoes too. So you know what? They're not like plebe
More
captain
yield.
like yours. More yield.
My captain just barely can afford pants. So are you gonna like get a crazy haul because of your maps?
I mean, that's the hope, right?
Okay. So
I got them valuables too. You don't even know the stack I got of Memeland related assets.
Oh wow. Potions too?
No, I don't have any potions. I think potions are really hard to get.
Very.
Okay. But like, so I don't do anything with these right now, right? I just keep it moving.
Yeah, you're good.
You can't sell them, right?
No, but they do have value associated to them. Like if your captain has a bunch of mythical maps, they trade over floor because you can see what other ones have. The raid 2 only uses the special maps, which are like the common ones.
I love this approach too, and we've discussed this before, but it was a different way of doing it. But the connection to off-chain assets associated with the NFT itself, which have implied value to them.
Yeah, like that epic map gives you like a 0.5 increase on your floor price.
Yeah, someone's saying epic maps have a 1 ETH premium.
No, they're like half an ETH.
Wow.
Mythical's like an ETH. Like you'll get over 10 for a mythical one.
So this is something. So if I go to sell a captain,
you could list it for like 9.3 right now and it'd probably sell.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're like 9.1 floor, but like everyone's taking WETH offers right now.
Very, very interesting. I mean, I like to hear that. Well, enough about my personal single captain situation here. But yeah, I mean, look, this is probably one of the biggest drops that's coming up. We'll have to see how it goes. Any closing thoughts on captains before we move on?
I'm a captain now.
Yeah, Nick's the captain now. I mean, Clemente put a quick hitter. Donald Trump's indicted again. Could we
Trump
see
cards to the moon, baby?
That's the question: is our Trump card? Speaking of Polygon, our Trump card's going to pump again?
Prison's so bullish, dude. We got to get Nick in a jail cell because this thing would send, man. Like Jail is the most bullish catalyst. You can't get an announcement. You can't get anything moving forward. But you're all over the news.
That'd be incredible if he was just arrested. That would be like there'd probably be like, I bet you a group of people would like, let me spitball some ideas, maybe invade the Capitol or something like that.
No, you think? What's the over-under on that?
It could happen. It could totally happen. This is a fly season 2 trump card. When season 3? All right, moving on. Balaji tweeted his reasoning on why we shouldn't count Meta out of the VR race yet.
I was saying that last night. Last night was the most bullish. I thought Mark Zuckerberg's commentary on this was kind of the best thing that I've ever seen. He has market validation from Apple, which before he was on an island by himself saying that VR is the future. And now they have AR with the new Oculus 3 that they demonstrated. The only distinction, or there's a couple of differences between the two. One is they're still using controllers, and Apple was taking a dig at them. But Facebook had already acquired a company called Control Labs, and Control Labs, which I have a friend who invested that in Control Labs. They had made a thing to do the exact sort of thing that Apple has demonstrated. Apple needs cameras in order to do it. Control Labs had like a bracelet that you wore on your wrist as the sensor, which I think actually may reduce the overall power usage required. I don't know. But essentially they can sense your nerves essentially. And that's how they react to hand movement. So I think spatial computing that Apple had called, everyone was like, oh, spatial computing. That's been in development for years now. And I really do think that that's fascinating. All that it showed last night is what Mark Zuckerberg was talking about, the long game and how it's still another 5 years out for whatever.
Yeah.
That seems to be validated. And that's what he came out and said. He was like, look, one thing that I'm really bullish on is that Apple also can't defy the laws of physics. I think what they've done as well in order as they're developing this thing is that rather than make it accessible and get it into the hands of mass consumers, which is what Facebook's approach is, they've focused on creating this ultra high-end experience. And the replacement feels like it's a replacement for expensive televisions, essentially. And that you can like take that on the go, and that it's a solo experience. Because the immediate thing I was thinking about, and I mentioned this the other day, it really was a magical moment, I think, for me. I remember playing like putt-putt with my ex, as well as I remember playing putt-putt with a guy who was flipping NFTs. This is in like the middle of COVID. And I remember just having this experience of being like, wow, I feel like I'm really in person with this other person there. It's not a business meeting. It felt quite intimate, and it felt like a taste of the future where I could be anywhere, yet really truly connect with someone else. And it's different than FaceTime, which let me tell you is actually, I do like FaceTime, and it still makes me feel close with the people that you're communicating with. But I don't know. It really validated Mark Zuckerberg. The difference of the future, though, he talks about, well, we're focused on social, and Apple, apparently, based on their marketing, is focused on these solo experiences where you're on the couch by yourself. Like, I can't go buy 2 headsets, but like, I want the person that I'm with to be able to see that giant TV that's in front of me. And right now with that headset, I can't do it. It now costs $7,000. And I don't even know that we both can that you can simulcast that experience to both of us. There's advantages that Apple has, though. And their iOS development platform is a really great experience. I've had great experiences with that, like in that environment. From a development standpoint, they have one of the best hands down developer experiences that you can have. So I don't know. The bottom line, Zuckerberg's conclusion was it'll be exciting. I think this is the biggest catalyst for Zuckerberg, who's been on an island fighting this battle for a long time, saying this is VR. The future. Yeah. I don't like VR specifically, but the new Oculus does have AR and turns your existing environment into this place. I truly believe that that's the future. And I do think that we have like actual thinner goggles, but they said a lot of people that tested Apple's device including John Gruber, who's like the Apple guy, basically wrote a, he's been blogging since the beginning about Apple. He essentially said it was heavier than I thought on my head. And that seems to be a universal take that I see. And it's because of all the technology that's jammed in there. The thing that's magical about the Apple experience that seems really cool is that I can look and that the sensors are able to like see what I'm looking at. But now I'm just imagining, I'm like, could Microsoft build like a device on my monitor that lets me do that? The problem is if you tap the monitor, if you tap the desk, if you tap whatever, it's going to be harder to have that confined sensor. Whereas like when it's attached to your head and the headset's not moving, it can give you that unique experience. But I don't know if it has to reset if like your headset adjusts. Anyways, I think that's the magical thing that they created. And the other one, which is more of a showcase, is that monitor on the front. But I was saying my guess is in terms of the consumer cost, it's probably $1,500 of the cost is literally that front-facing monitor to see my eyes, which to me also eats the battery by a significant amount, right?
It was important to them though, huh? They really wanted that.
But it feels like such a splashy thing. And Facebook is dealing with, they're saying, hey, we're going to make this mass consumer. Google took the extreme of that. They made VR cardboard, right? Like they were like, hey, plug your phone in. Here's a cardboard thing that puts the VR on your face, and we create that via the phone. Anyways, I just think this is incredible validation for Zuckerberg. It's incredibly bullish for Facebook. It's I don't know who's going to win. I don't like Zuckerberg's metaverse sort of like theory here, but I've experienced the Oculus where I've had awesome experiences. And Easy himself, I remember talking about the golf that you would do.
So much fun. You could play like 18 holes with just some random, and you'd end up just talking about like, it was as if I went out and just played golf. Like I used to go out by myself during COVID all the time and just schedule like one, and they'd always partner you with a random person. We ended up just talking about random stuff for 18 holes, played like 2.5 hours. It was just absolutely a blast. Like, and it felt like I was golfing. Like you're immersed in this thing. And then even by myself, I would just sit there and play like Angry Birds, and all of a sudden 2 hours would pass. And I'm just like, I don't know how I just did that, but I could have kept going.
I truly do believe, I mean, honestly, like I think there was in the short term, it's so difficult to stay bullish in the face of like really just failure after failure. But if anything, even if Facebook fails at it, the amount of investment that they've made in this space, I think is going to push things further, because inevitably the supply chain, like the actual manufacturers of the chips and the other things like that, Apple has the advantage on that. You know, there was the Linus Tech Tips as a YouTuber who has like a huge audience about gadgets and gear, et cetera. And he was so wildly impressed on the chip side of things about how much they were able to build into the chip. And I think Apple now has the advantage there. And that's the thing where I look at Facebook. Dude, Facebook had a disadvantage when it came to the mobile side of things, and they were completely wrecked, basically, like as it applied to, like they have no control over the infrastructure. Now they're making all this hardware investment, but damn, is it going to be hard to like compete against Apple when they're now building their own integrated supply chain and manufacturing their own stuff. Holy shit. I mean, they're competing with Samsung, whereas they used to use, you know, Samsung, or they'd use Qualcomm, or they'd use Intel, or they'd go to like those manufacturers. Now they're saying, fuck it, we're going to become our own thing. And I think that that's where it's like, it's going to be really hard to compete with Apple. But Mark Zuckerberg has got some gonads to be able to go out there and actually try and do this thing. I don't know, like if he's going to have any ability to compete on this front. It's an uphill battle. But he said, look, we can't compete on the iPhone side of things, but look at where we can compete. And frankly, still at this moment, they are competing on that front. And inevitably, a lot of the technology that Apple historically has brought to market does get commoditized. Like my friend who had made a YouTube channel off of literally creating an iPhone from scratch. You wouldn't have been able to do that before, because Apple had such a like a forward like advantage in the market, because like they're first to access. But 6, 12, 24 months go by, and we're now on, you know, the law of the exponential. So technology gets commoditized faster. Apple has short windows to do this, and they're not dropping it until sometime in early, next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, shit, Facebook may be able to like catch up during that time, but like the race is on. And now like over the next few years, we're going to see a lot of interesting innovation. And like, you see every company is saying we need to be on the AI bandwagon. We need to be using that to get development forward. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, but it was massive validation for Facebook. I don't own any of their stock, and I'm really pissed off because we talked about it on the show at $90.
You don't have exposure to Facebook stock at all.
No, zero. And I'm kind of pissed about it as of right now in terms of that. Microsoft is a great play on this, like right now, in terms of they have the whole AI side of things. But I'm really, my biggest takeaway is like, if you bought Facebook, you made a smart play, essentially.
Yeah, this bottomed when FTX collapsed. It literally sold off as if it was crypto because it was called Meta.
It's just been straight up, basically.
Of course it has, because it's not crypto. It's Facebook. Like
Facebook does go through these cycles of like, they are awful at communication, and that's led from the top. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg generally is just not good at communication like that. He's gotten way better though, but it's taken over a decade for him to get there. It's been 15 years in the making for him to learn how to speak like a human. And I think that, I mean, kudos to him. He became a billionaire while speaking like a computer. And I think that they time after time just make one communication error after the next, but you can't bet against someone who's like, he's proven that he actually has visionary capabilities. He's just not Steve Jobs in terms of his marketing savvy and communication. And frankly, it's not clear if Apple has that at this moment either.
Post Steve Jobs, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it's
definitely
not like, but they have instead a product base of people that are incredibly passionate about stuff. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It's really exciting. Yeah, and I'm the stuff that I saw in there looks truly magical, but what you're paying for is a taste of the future. And if you're a super baller and you want to go spend 35, is it 25, 35, 35. If you want to spend $3,500 to have a taste of the future, cool. But that's what you're going to have is a taste of the future. And I think it's slightly better than iPhone 1 because there's hundreds of thousands of applications that are going to be on there, but it's going to be a little bit janky, I think, when you have that experience. But you get to feel what the future of computing is like. And I think it is really interesting that you can look, touch, feel, and that the world becomes an interactive experience is what I do believe is the future and is what I was hoping from Apple. But I think it's also interesting. A lot of us in our minds were like, they're going to fucking change the future of like AR and we're going to have those goggles on. Battery is going to be great, everything. And it's just, there's still some limitations there that they can't do.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be ready to rock now. We were talking about it. It's like iPhone 1 or I forget what other comparison, like maybe even the first iPod. Fun fact, Mark Zuckerberg has been taking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu incredibly seriously, competing over and over again. Actually, almost got KO'd in a Jiu-Jitsu tournament. He alleges that he did not pass out. The referee said that he did pass out. He alleges that he was gurgling for air. The referee said that he was snoring. So, I mean, first of all, imagine like squaring up against Mark. First of all, he shouldn't be allowed to be doing this because it's like you're not supposed to get choked unconscious if you're the CEO of Facebook. That's just not something that you're supposed to do. But he's obsessed with it. He literally loves it. And apparently he's a good athlete. He was a 3-sport varsity athlete in high school. And he said that he should have done wrestling instead of fencing. Nod your head to Spencer. Here he is taking the point. Yeah, I mean, dude, he's out. He's doing gi and no gi. He's all about it. He's all about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Good to see it. Zach.
He also did Pio. He did that challenge on Memorial Day.
Murph, CrossFit. So that one is so impressive because you can't fake it. it's kind of like you can't fake these things, right? So if you put on a weighted vest and you do 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, and I forget the other thing of Murph, it's like it's air squats and you run like a few miles. It's insanely difficult, and his time was impressive as hell. So if anybody's like Zuckerberg's a nerd, nah, he's like a pretty damn legit athlete. Spencer, when you were going through your rise to prominence as a fencer, did you ever cross paths with Zuckerberg or anybody in his family?
I didn't, but there's some clips of some friends of mine fencing with him. So after Lee Kiefer won the Olympic Games, she went out and she and Garrick, her husband, who is also on the Olympic team, went out and fenced with Mark Zuckerberg, and that was a big thing in the fencing world for a short period of time. I think there's also been some like of their metaverse clips that involve fencing. Everyone in the fencing world's like, oh my god, like somebody noticed us. Like, it's cool. It's cool to see. I think like, you have a view of a lot of tech founders that are not necessarily athletic, and you said, oh, he's not a nerd, he does sports. Like, you can be a nerd and do sports. Like, they're not
dude
mutually exclusive.
I love this name, Fencer Ventures.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like it.
You got to rename that for Fun 2 or 3.
Fun 4 is
We'll
Fencer
see.
Ventures. We got Miguel Ribeiro saying CrossFit is a bigger cult than creeps. That's a funny comment for sure.
Well, yeah, that's easy. CrossFit is a bigger cult than literally the entire NFT ecosystem, every NFT project combined.
You know what
CrossFit's
I
a
like
bigger-
though is that Zuck is going to basically do to the world of golf what Tiger Woods did, which remember like golfers just used to be like a bunch of like, belly prone, front facing
John Daly.
swingers. Yeah. And then Tiger Wood comes in and he's just like, nah, man, this is how you build a golfer's body. And then everyone in the golfing world like just stepped up. Same thing
Got in
happened in
shape.
tennis. Serena Williams started like, adding mass, and then all the women came out with mass. And it's just like, so, all the Silicon Valley tech CEOs, they're going to step up on the competitive front and all of a sudden just be having six abs on the beach this summer. It's going to happen.
Mark Zuckerberg, it feels like Vladimir Putin basically like getting out there and being like, look at my strong body. Look at how strong I am. I dominate the competition. You should see. The only distinction is, well, actually, no, yeah, it's literally like Vladimir Putin, though, definitely is more dictatorial and is. But I don't know if Mark Zuckerberg isn't like, and he was studying for a period there. He had a haircut like what's the old Greek oh my god, who's the old Greek leader?
Caesar, like
Caesar,
Augustus?
Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar.
So he literally had his the haircut, the bowl cut shape for a while, and he studied Julius Caesar for like a year and tried to become. And I'm like, that's an interesting look. Like, like it's sort of just a interesting way. But he goes on these studies of things. I will say though, like that's kind of what it means. Like if you're at a larger company to become like an executive, like or like the CEO, to like you got to go on these journeys. You know what I'm saying? To like experience these things, to come back and be like, here's what I found. We were talking about that with cooking the other day, or with wine, where you go on a journey. Yeah, and you like go to a random country and you taste the things and you understand how like certain wines pair with that other food, and you got to eat dirt and you got to like have all these different things. You need those experiences to come back and share that with your following,
Absolutely. All I know is don't fade Zuck. In like 4 years, he's going to be a
Roman. My apologies. I said Greek.
You said Greek. He's Roman. Yeah. But
same.
In 4 years, Zuck's 1,000% going to be like a purple belt in BJJ, just really like hitting people with Ezekiel chokes and stuff. So it's going to be something.
Shout out to Michelle that doesn't know that Rome's in Greece. I'm just kidding. It's in Italy.
Clemente, so was there a bug and we didn't get the dog list spots out there? Is that right?
For some reason, none of them have been claimed for today as far as the VIP tickets. But either way, if we don't get this fixed, we'll just do a custom giveaway later on today. We have a list of a bunch of super fans where we were going to reward either way at some point. So we'll just use
Wait, what happened?
For some reason, it's not claiming the VIP.
Because you probably didn't allow inserts in the current one.
Well, we'll troubleshoot it off air. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. It's Friday, June 9th. Hope everybody has a great weekend.
Oh, you did. Did we launch
Wait,
it though?
Do we announce the?
Oh,
the
we got to
claim?
announce that free NFT. Let's go.
No, that's why it hasn't.
So today's password is Doghouse25, DOGHOUSE25. If you go to the nifty.com/claim and enter that password, you will be able to claim today's free NFT. And we have another Bodago's relic claiming today, ladies and gentlemen.
I almost rugged the YouTube on this again by accident because Clemente drops it in the Portal Discord first. I think my brain writes it off as it's been put out. But let's take a look at this at this free NFT, Clemente. If you click on it, so like Clemente mentioned, Clemente, I think you have to refresh the page. This is a Bodago's relic. I was looking at the Bodago's relic series, and we've almost dropped all the Bodago's relics. Time flies. I was surprised to see that we dropped that many.
Site's like crashing for me right now, so I don't know what's going on.
We went so viral that the whole TikTok audience is listening right now. So you have about 700,000 people trying to access it. Here we go.
Here we go. So we got the doghouse of the desert, ladies and gentlemen. The doghouse of the desert emerges like a mirage amidst the arid sands. It's a fabled haven for adventurous canines seeking respite from the scorching sun. Whether you're a desert explorer or a loyal dog companion, let this relic be a beacon of wonder, beckoning you to uncover the mysteries of the sands and forge unforgettable adventures. Gotta love it. Shout out to the team building out the Bodago's relics. And yeah, hope you claim today's free NFT. Clemente, what was that password? Doghouse25?
Doghouse25, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and claim that. It's also pinned up at the top, so you can check it out there for the links and everything in between.
That's at the nifty.com/claim. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. Catch you on Monday. If it's your first time listening, we do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. Eastern time every week right here on Twitter Spaces. The show is also available on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces while we do the show. Also on Apple and Spotify podcasts if you want to share with people outside of the NFT Twitter and crypto Twitter echo chamber. Anyways, make sure that you follow the NFT Morning Show account. Make sure you follow the accounts of all of the panelists on this show. We will be back.